when you worked on the solution going from 2D to 3D, Milovan. For some people, also in the physics space, sometimes they dream about a solution. And we talked about intuition, for example. How was it for you when you went to bed? Did you still think about the solution, like in maybe in your subconscious mind? And then when you woke up, you had like, oh, I have an idea, or I have maybe another idea or another approach that I want to try. How was it for you?
Uh, well, something similar like this, a sudden idea came to me when I was trying to figure out this Rian-Chow approach to collocated variable arrangement. Because when I came to London to do PhD, the task that I was given by Professor Gosman is to extend the method that Ismet Demirjic developed in 2 dimensions, which was using curvilinear grids and grid-oriented velocities so that they could be still arranged in a staggered way. But this is very complicated. The equations contain curvature terms, so Christoffel symbols, and if you want to write them in expanded form, it takes many pages. And I was thinking, how would I ever be able to check whether I made a mistake? Because in 2D, it was still manageable. But when you go 2D to 3D, it becomes so much more complicated that I was almost about to give up the idea. And then somebody came with this Rian-Chow paper, but I couldn't understand it. And after trying hard, I gave up and said, okay, I have to think myself. How could I prevent oscillations in the pressure and velocity fields? And one day I went to the toilet, and then an hour or more later, my wife was knocking on the door asking, are you still alive? What's happening to you? Because I was sitting on the toilet seat and programming in my head one-dimensional solution. And this is what I did. Afterwards, I initiated velocities and pressure oscillatory, but as you know, 1D in viscid flow is trivial. Velocity is constant and pressure is constant. And I wanted to see, will this, when I initiate the solution with oscillations, will it smooth them out and give me the right answer? And it did. And then I made immediately 2D code and computed lead-driven cavity and buoyancy-driven cavity flow, everything within 2 weeks. And this was a very productive thing. And that extending this to 3D was then piece of cake. Because if you have Cartesian velocity components and they are collocated, there is no big difference in complexity. But if you go the other way, the Ismet's approach with curvilinear coordinates, then extension from 2D to 3D is immense.